want to say,
You were muted. My bad.
oh,
Now talk.
Alex says I was muted this whole time. Okay. All right. We're good.
Good, yeah.
Sound is on now, yes? Kelly just messaged me. She said she can't hear me. Okay. We're good now. Okay, so I'll start over. My name is Abbi Berta, and I am with the Bead Place in Fair Heights, Illinois. So we are a brick and mortar bead store, and we are about 15 minutes outside of downtown St. Louis. So we've been open for a little bit over 15 years, and we do. Okay, we're good now. We do a lot of really fun things, not only in store, but online. So I have had a YouTube channel for about 10 years, and I create a lot of fun, trendy, easy jewelry making projects that I'm going to show you some of our most popular projects now. So I'm going to be showing some of our most recent popular projects, some tips and tricks for how to do them well and easily. And I'm also going to be showing some of our new products that we're featuring as well. So, yay, I see the comments coming in saying we're good. Kelly says, breathe. I'm trying. Everybody in the group chat for the Great Bead Extravaganza has heard about my day so far. So I guess there's no time like the present to get started on the project. So the first one that I want to show you is this one. I'll show you in real life. Would you mind focusing on that? I also want to say a big thank you to Alex, who's my partner, and he is running the stream, running the ones and twos, as he says. So we are going to be doing these stretchy tile bracelets. Now, Alex, there we go. Perfect. We're focused now. Awesome. So Alex is going to be focusing on everything manually to get you the best quality images that we can. So this is a kit that we have on our website. It's also a full tutorial that we have on our YouTube channel for these stretchy tile bracelets. Now these kits are $24.95 and they come in a couple of fun colors. So I'm going to be showing you my, oh good, the sound is good. I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite tricks to make it an easy process. So what color should I start with? Let's do the black one. That'll probably be a little bit easier for you guys to see. So the kits come with everything you need to get started. I hope I'm shared to the group. I just saw Tracy ask. So the kits come with some 5.5 millimeter stretch cord. We also have quarter Tilas and 2 different colors of Tila beads. Now, these Tila beads are the precise square tiles. And then we also have a big eye beading needle. So seeing everyone struggle with with threading needles and sharing their tips and tricks for how to thread a needle quickly makes me really want to share with you guys this really cool product. So Alex, if you could focus right on the back of my hand there where this needle is, I hope you guys can see it. I know what you see is a little bit degraded from what I see here in my camera, but I want to show you guys this. This is a big eye beading needle. And so the whole eye opens up, or the whole middle is the eye. So you can thread your needle very easily. So what I'm going to do is start by cutting a 1 foot length of my stretch cord here. And you can change that number just kind of based on what you're comfortable working with. I hit the mic. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm going to cut a 1 foot length, and then I'm also going to cut another 1 foot length. And so all the products that I'm working with, I know, that's okay. Alex tells me I'm not on camera, but you guys know how to cut stretch cord. So everything that I'm working with is linked in a link in the video description here. If you're watching in the group, it's in the Facebook post description. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the video description. And if you're watching on YouTube, I would encourage you to actually head on over to Facebook and join the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, because there's a ton of other fantastic presenters that not only have been presenting this entire weekend so far, but there's also a handful of wonderful, talented presenters that will be directly after my presentation. So there are my Tilas. I'm going to dump out my quarter Tilas. Yeah, big eye needles are brilliant, aren't they? All right. So I like to start just kind of by getting an idea of what kind of design I want to do. So with these particular bracelets, you can really vary the kind of order that you put the beads in and get some fantastic designs. So how I kind of like to do it is I like to use my bright, colorful Tilas, almost like jewels, and then my quarter Tilas almost as like the prongs or the settings for the jewels. So I like to kind of use those as parentheses to surround my colorful Tilas. And then I use the neutral color Tilas as kind of like spacers to break those sections apart. So these kits have enough Tilas to make 3 or more bracelets. If you have a small wrist, likely you can get 4 bracelets out of it if you play your cards right. I'm going to probably aim for a bracelet size to do 3. So just a reminder, I kind of got sidetracked. All the materials that we're using today are linked in the video description. And I made a category on our website of all of the products that we're using so that everything is listed there. It's less work for Alex, so he doesn't have to go in and comment with every individual link. So everything is categorized. If you go to the link, it'll take you right there. Or if you go to beadplace.net, go to the shop page, and then there's a category for the Great Bead Extravaganza, and all the products are listed there. So yes, I am simulcasting on YouTube as well. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm just giving my stretch cord a quick pre-stretch. That's always an important tip for when you're working with stretch cord. You want to stretch it out. If you don't, what can happen over time is your beads will start to sag, and that's never a good thing. So I'm sure that you, Alex, would you mind throwing the link to the, thanks.
Depending upon doing it on YouTube.
Yeah, so we've so I'm manning the comments on well, I'm not manning the comments. I'm able to see the comments on the Facebook stream, but I'm not able to see the comments on the YouTube stream right now, which is another reason why I would suggest that you head on over to the Facebook group. So Alex is going to tell me if there's any pressing questions from YouTube. So this product here is a bead stopper. These are really cool as well. They are lifesavers, and I hope the person who invented them is a millionaire because they are fantastic. So the size stretch cord that I'm using for this project is 0.5. You can use 0.7 or 0.8 in it. However, you're not able to successfully hide your knots with a 0.7 or 0.8. So I recommend using a 0.5 for this project. The Tila beads that we're using are very lightweight, so it's okay to use a smaller size cord. We do. Alrighty, so these bead stoppers are awesome. As I said, I hope the person who invented them is a millionaire. You squeeze the Mickey Mouse ears together and it opens up the spring like this. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate that it can hold multiple strands. Now, what I like to do for this particular project is place my strand about 3 spring sections apart from the next one, and that's about the right size for the Tila beads. I hope this is focused, and I hope I'm on camera here. I know that we're a little cropped. There we go. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Alrighty. So what are the white beads in the bracelets? They are Tilas. It's just regular Tilas. The white beads are from a separate colorway. So you can see on the cover of this kit here, we've got a black and turquoise colorway, and then we've got an ivory and seafoam colorway. Alrighty, so the next tip that I have for you guys is in order to string your design, I like to use a needle. You can just string the stretch cord directly through the Tila
Julia asks, what is that called again?
What is the bead? The bead is called a Tila. And then the stretch cord is Stretch Magic. I'm not sure what you're referring to because we've got a little bit of a delay. The stretch cord is 0.5 millimeter Stretch Magic, and all of these products are linked in the product category. So I'm just demonstrating quickly here. This cord is pretty easy to string through the Tila without a needle, but nope, not using Opalon, using Stretch Magic for this project, which is what I prefer for sharp cornered beads. Opalon can fray. And Stretch Magic doesn't do that as much. So because we are using a needle, obviously the stretch cord will be doubled when we put it through the Tilas. So that can make it a little bit trickier in order to pull it through. So a trick that I can share with you is to stretch the end of your stretch cord out significantly. And when you stretch it, it gets a bit thinner, and then it's a lot easier in order to pull it through those Tila beads. So stretch it out. And then the next tip that I have for you for this project is to make sure that you are only stringing at the very end of your stretch cord. Any needle, not just Big Eyes, but any needles can pull through and slice through stretch cord, especially when you're working with beads that have sharp corners like Tila's. So if while we're working, the cord breaks, which it's likely to do, we're only going to lose that last inch of stretch cord. So that's why we leave it a little bit longer. So again, guys, this is 0.5 millimeter Stretch Magic, and the bigger ones do fit, but then you can't hide your knots. So once I've got my one end strung, what I'm going to do is start to kind of lay my design out. So I like to do between 5 and 7 Tilas per bracelet. So I'm just going to kind of lay out my design quickly here. Yes, 0.5 millimeter. Is the audio okay?
Audio's great.
Audio's good? Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm going to add my parentheses in. So as I said earlier, if you're just joining us, I like to use the quarter Tilas and just surround my Tilas with them almost like they are settings to stones or a beginning and an end parentheses. Now I know you guys can't see this very, very well, but I'm going to be showing you a little closer in just a second. I just want to get my work prepped so you can see me do it quicker in just a minute.
Donna Higgins asks, what material are the beads?
The beads, so the spring thing is a bead stopper. It is linked in the Great Bead Extravaganza category on our webpage. And Alex, if you could throw the link in the chat one more time. The beads that I'm using are glass Tila beads, and we've got kits for those products also in the link. So, alrighty. Next, what I'm going to do is put my spacer beads in between. I'm going to put 3 in between each section. And of course, you can play with your designs. I like to vary it with my stacks. Like I said before, you can get about 3 to 4 bracelets out of these kits. And each one I like to do slightly different. So actually, to make it a little bit different, I'm going to do 4, then 3, then 4, then 3. I think that'll be fun. Yes, they are Tilas, T-I-L-A. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do once I have my bead section laid out is I'm going to make sure I've got the end stretched still, and I'm just going to start stringing. So while I string, I'm just going to kind of do a couple at a time. Oh, thank you. We're going to talk about those bracelets a little bit later. So, Alex, if you could, oh, you're ahead of me. I was going to say, Alex, if you could focus in, but you can see how the beads don't really necessarily want to fall down on top of the stretch cord. You're going to have to kind of pull them down and guide them down. Now, the first couple that you do might not go on that easily. And in that case, what you can do is switch to the other side of your needle. That's okay too. So what I mean by that is you can kind of just take the beads off and hopefully they don't get stuck like what's happening here. You can switch.
Denise on YouTube asked, does the Stretch Magic come in different colors?
It comes in clear and black. We have clear on the website, and then you can special order black through us as well. So what I mean by switching sides of the needle is, since big eye needles are double-ended, you can literally just bring the cord to the other side of the needle to make it a bit easier for you. All right, so I'm gonna grab my Tila and start stringing. So a couple of things that I want to share with you about this project is that it's a quick and easy one. However, it's one that has a couple of nuances to it. So especially because we are stringing 2 strands through these Tilas. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on Facebook. I can see it clearly here on mine, and you guys can probably see it on YouTube. Alex, can you focus right in the center? I'm going to give them a shot at the end of the bead here. So Tilas are 2-hole check tiles. So when we're stringing through these Tilas, for the first one, we're just stringing through the top of the Tilas. You good?
Yeah, it's just really hard to get that little point.
Oh, I know. It's so tiny. I think Alex is doing a phenomenal job at focusing and all of that.
If Abby's doing a great job.
No, hit that like button if Alex is doing a great job. Or if both of us are doing a great job. So anyway, sorry, everyone. It's a morning. It's not even a morning anymore. It's an afternoon. So one tip that I can share with you for if your beads don't want to go all the way through is you can grab the end of your needle with the pliers. So I don't recommend grabbing over the area where the eye is in the middle. Just grab the very end with your pliers, and then you can use that to kind of have a better grip to slide your beads down. Oh, I see Alex responded, thanks.
Yeah, that was me.
Andrew, that thanks was from Alex.
Abby doesn't have a mysterious third arm.
Okay, so you guys got a lot of your questions out of the way when I was doing the explaining part, but now that I'm just stringing. No, there are not right and wrong sides of the tiles. However, if you have tiles that have like a Picasso finish or have a special coating on them, you can choose which side is the prettiest, and you can use those and line them up to make sure you've got them all in the direction that you want them. So the turquoise beads that I'm using here, they have a Picasso finish. And so one side might be a little bit more spotty or more sparse than the other side. Anybody have any questions so far?
Can you also use 26 or 28 gauge wire to do the threading? Yeah, like instead of a needle? Yeah, totally. I just like big eye needles because the work's already done for me and I can reuse it easily. Alrighty. So what I like to do as I work is I just kind of guess to make sure that I've got a good. Diane asked, do you sell the beads, or are they just in the kit?
So on the website right now, we just have them in the kit. However, so here's the story that I'll tell you. So we got a message from our website host that they were ceasing service. So we have started migrating all of our products over to a new site. And so our Tilas are on the new site. I'm throwing Tilas. Our Tilas are on the new site, but they have not quite made it to the old site yet because we're being a little bit negligent. But, that camera work is all thanks to Alex. So this kit is the stretchy tile bracelet kit right here. So we've got that linked in the description. And then also Alex is able to, Alex is periodically putting a link in the chat. So anyway, what I was going to say is that we have the kits available on our website. However, we take Facebook orders for the rest of the Tilas that we have until we get the new site launched.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliments on my bracelets. And we'll talk a little bit more about those later. So I'm just kind of winging it for size right now, just so that you guys don't have to watch me struggle to figure out what size I'm going to need. But I think this is going to be a good size. So you can see here, if I bring it closer, you can see here that we've got all of these Tilas strung through just the top. Like that. And now what we're going to do is place a bead stopper on the side of the thread that I am going to take the needle off of. I like to give myself some working room in here. So don't clamp it really close to the end or close to the end of the Tilas. Clamp it close to the ends of the cord.
Candy01 on YouTube asks, link to the new site. It's not up yet.
It's going to be the same link. It's just our site host ceased service, or will be ceasing service in the new year. So it'll just seamlessly transition over to the new site once we're done. But we're really excited about the new site. We've got a learning center. If you're in our Facebook group, the Bead Place, you've seen some sneak peeks of our learning center. It's an interactive learning center, and I'm really excited about it. So we've got videos on the pages, and then all the product features are there, and you can just instantly add them to your cart if you decide that you need them. And then we've got our staff, lovely, fantastic, patient staff working with me and my stressed out self about this website, who have volunteered to write out step-by-step instructions for all of our videos, because we know that everybody learns differently. So our goal with this new site is to make it accessible to everyone. Everyone has different learning styles. And for me, I learn best watching. So that's why I do the YouTube channel. And that's why I focus the most on YouTube for our learning styles, and then also our in-store classes here. But I've got a lot of people who over the years have requested step-by-step written tutorials. And so that's what we're adding to the new site as well. So
make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. But yeah, and join our Facebook group too. It's just called the Bead Place, the same as our page name. And
Robin asks, can this be on something besides stretchy string?
Yeah, so you can do this on jeweler's wire. I see some comments, or at least one comment about memory wire. I don't recommend memory wire for these because these little guys are brittle, and they've got sharp corners. They sit together so tight like bricks that I would not put it on memory wire, because when it opens and closes or gets caught on anything, it could crack the tiles. So I'm going to quickly string all this while I'm talking. So what I've done is I put my needle on that other side of the stretch cord here. And I'm just going to go through and string all of the other ones, the other side. Yeah, Andrew says they'll chip. They will chip. Oh, Deborah. Awesome. Yeah, we're right outside of St. Louis in Fairview Heights, right down the mall, down the road from the mall. And we've been open for about 16 years. Yeah, you could totally put them on silk cord and knot them. Just another mention of how sharp these tiles are. Well, I shouldn't say sharp, but they're very precise. Oh, I dropped my string.
I'm about
Jeez.
to drop the YouTube link on the Facebook live feeds.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah. So there's a full tutorial for this project with step-by-step easy clear instructions. It's not a live feed. So that would be a good way if you get the kit and you want to go back and do that.
Pause it, fast forward.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can hear what Alex is saying, but you can pause it. You don't have to listen to me ramble. Nervously ramble about things that are barely related to what we're doing today.
And
hi, Mika.
And ask, will you be talking about Luna bracelets?
Yes, I hope so. I hope there's time. I'm struggling a little bit more than I thought I would. So yeah, I'll be talking about Luna bracelets. I think if anything, if we knock a project out, it'll be the easy pearl necklaces, because they're just so easy. You can probably look at them.
It's in their name even.
Yeah. You can probably look at them and see how they work, but I do want to show you guys the Luna bracelets. Alex, how am I doing on time?
It is 12:58.
Okay.
So we are good.
We are good. Okay. So for those of you, I see a lot of people just joining us. No, I'm using 2 pieces of stretch. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, like I said, these tiles are very precise. They have sharp corners. So if with a lot of wear, the stretch cord breaks, I like to have 2 separate pieces that'll hold it together. I don't like to do the doubled around thing. As I said before, we've had a bead store for 16 years, and we do repairs in the store. And the most common repair that we do is stretchy bracelet, the double strand stretchy bracelets, either the slides or 2-strand beads, things like that, where people have doubled the, like just using 1 piece of stretch cord doubled over, if that makes sense. And when it breaks, you have lost beads usually because you don't have that other strand.
Pam on YouTube says, love the idea of printing step by step along with the video. Now
yeah, that's our goal. We're
easy as possible.
Yeah, we're a small mom and pop shop, and we're trying hard to keep up. And obviously the pandemic has not been a good thing for us in some ways, but we've also had some time to kind of refocus on what's important. And
Sue asks, what do you charge for a restring?
Depends on what it is. We have to look at it. But it just really varies. Yeah, it's a case by case basis. We do have some of our repair prices listed on our website though. So if you go to the, I think more on our website, there's a tab for custom work and repairs. Hi, Eileen. Yeah, Alonga's a good stretchy cord too. I prefer Stretch Magic. I like how bouncy it is and how I'm able to manipulate it the way I want. So, all right, I've got it done. So just to reiterate, for those of you just joining us, I have 2 separate pieces of stretch cord here. I'm using Tila beads. I'll hold that so you can focus on it. I see you furiously trying to focus on me. I'm using 2 separate pieces of stretch cord here. One is through one side, one is through the other side. Now here's where it gets interesting. Oh, I bumped the mic again. I'm sorry, guys. Here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to show you what not to do. See this, how it's kind of like sideways almost. It looks like it's like the top strand is tied too tight and the bottom strand is tied too loose. Are you guys able to see that? We don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you my tricks for not getting bracelets that do that. Now, when you have a stack of them, it's not that big of a deal if they're not tied evenly. But when you're just wearing 1 or 2 at a time, you can kind of see it. So, oh, our phone is making a weird noise. Live videos. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is take the needle off of the one end that I just finished, and I'm going to take the bead stopper off of just that end on the other side. So I'm going to do it down here where I can see it, then I'll move it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yep, 1 foot each. And the reason why we leave a little bit of extra is because often when we're working, if you're using a needle or some wire to string, what can happen is it can kind of cut through your stretch cord. So we always want to have a little bit extra. And then also it's nice to have extra when you're live streaming to a couple hundred people in case anything goes wrong. It's easier to see. So I'm going to hold it still so Alex can focus on the beads. And then I'm going to, no, these beads. Thank you. Oh, so I'm not sure if you guys can see. There we go. You can probably see better now. That the 2 sides that I have open with no bead stoppers on them are the same side. What I'm going to do is tie a square knot. So a square knot is right over left and left over right. And I'm going to gently pull at this step. So I'm going to pull a little bit of stretch into this bracelet. I don't want it too tight because I don't want this tile to scratch up against the knot. But this is where I pull my stretch into it.
Denise on
Yes,
you.
I do. Sorry, Martina, I do. And we'll talk about that in just a second, but it's called the waterfall wrap bracelet. So to finish this square knot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the left side and go over right. And I'm holding my fingers down in this knot to keep my tension. So I'm going to tighten this knot now, but I'm not going to pull it so tight that I'm going to pop this stretch cord. There's an art to it. You kind of just have to have it just tight enough that you've got the beads touching each other, but not so tight that the stretch cord is stretched when your bracelet is relaxed. Okay, sorry. What was the question?
On YouTube asked, I've seen someone use crimp beads on stretch bracelets.
Oh.
Have you ever tried this or recommended it?
Yeah, no, I don't recommend that. So the reason why, okay, so you can use crimp beads on elastic in order to hold beads in place if you very gently squeeze the crimp bead on elastic. But I never recommend using crimp beads to hold your elastic bracelets together, because when you think about it, when you stretch elastic out, it gets thinner. And when you're relying on that push down from the crimp to hold it in place, when your cord gets thinner inside that crimp from stretching, it's going to slip right out. And also, crimp beads are sharp anyway because they're metal and they're small and thin. When you smush them, they get even sharper because you've kind of made sharp corners on those edges. And elastic is great for its purpose. However, it's not the most sturdy thing out there. So I do not recommend crimping on elastic. I always recommend tying knots. And then the secret to everything on top of that is to add a bit of glue to your knot. And that's really what holds everything in place. And we'll talk about that in just a sec. Yes, pre-stretched cord. Thank you, Terry. I did pre-stretch the cord. So that is important. Not as important with the finer stretch cords because they do a lot of their stretching when you tie the knot. But you'll notice a lot of difference with the thicker stretch cords. Yes, I do pre-stretch. Okay, so now what we're going to do is tie another square knot on top of this one. If you trust your knots, good for you. Use a good glue and you're good to go. I'm going to tie another one just to demonstrate to you that you can actually get another knot in here and tuck it into a bead. So here we go. Another square knot on top. And then what I'm going to do is take my bead stoppers off the other end. And I like to leave my bead stoppers on while I'm working because I like to leave my bead stoppers on while I'm tying the other knot because they weight the other thread and hang it down out of the way so it doesn't get in my way. Okay, what type of glue do you use? So when I am filming and demonstrating, I like to use either E6000 or Hypo Cement because I feel like it's a little bit easier to control when I've got stuff between me and my project. So they're both wonderful glues. I'm going to be demonstrating with E6000 today. Personally, because I am an instant gratification person, when I make jewelry, I want it to be done and I want to wear it now. I like to use like one of those, I don't know how to say it, cyanoacrylate. Somebody said it. I think Tracy said it the other day, and I was like, wow, she pronounced that so well. I'm impressed. I don't know how to say it, like a fast-drying super glue. However, when you're using those fast-drying super glues, you want to make sure that you do a test on your elastic first because some of the super fast-drying ones can actually prematurely dry rot your elastic and kind of freeze it almost, and then it becomes brittle. So my personal favorite glue to use for jewelry for myself is Specialty. For long durable use, I recommend either E6000 or GS Hypo Cement. Okay, back to the project. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my bead stopper onto the threads that I just tied in order to get them out of the way. So, oh, thank you. I said it correctly. I'm so impressed with myself.
Good job.
So what I'm going to do now is take my...
Barbara asked, what do you mean by pre-stretching?
Oh, let me just show you. So have you ever had a stretch bracelet? Barbara, I'm asking you specifically. Have you ever had a stretch bracelet that you wore for a couple years and eventually it just started to kind of like sag and like you could see the stretch cord between your beads and it just didn't feel as tight as it used to? Well, that's because it likely wasn't pre-stretched or maybe it was old stretch cord. So when you pre-stretch, what you want to do before you even start your project is you want to get your length of stretch cord, grab it at the ends and just, well, how do I get my arms in here? Just do this. Just stretch it out. And you want to make sure that you get the whole length stretched out. Yeah, Hypo Cement is great. Yeah, nobody wants saggy beads. Okay, back to the project. So what we're going to do... Stop. what we're going to do is tie another one of those square knots. But here's where it's super important to make sure we're back to the other side now, the side that we haven't tied anything on yet. So now is where we want to make sure that we've got even tension. So here is where you need to kind of pay attention and make sure. Why is it dark?
It's
like auto lighting. Okay.
Yeah.
Or anything else. Well, anyway, so here, what I do is I tie my first half of the square knot and then adjust for my tension. I'm going to control that tension by placing my fingers here. So my pinkies, sometimes people can do it with their ring fingers too. You guys. So control your tension with your other fingers. And then what you're going to go in and do is complete that square knot and then make sure that your fingers are still in the loop until we tighten it all the way down. So keep your fingers in that loop for as long as you can. And then we've got an evenly tied bracelet. So I'm going to do another knot on top just to be sure.
Becky asks, what size stretch cord do you recommend for acrylic beads?
For acrylic beads, it just depends on the bead really, because acrylic beads are lightweight. So the weight of the stretch cord is not really going to matter too much. However, you want to watch those edges and make sure that your bead edges aren't sharp or rough. Always use the thickest stretch cord that you can use in order to fit through your beads and hide your knot. And then you'll have the best project. Anyway, so I've just tied another knot on top. And now what I'm going to do is add some glue. So I'm going to take my bead stopper off and I'm going to grab my E6000. So as I said before, really you can use any glue that you're happy with or comfortable using. I'm just using this because it is the slowest and I like slow moving glues when I'm trying to show people things. So what I'm going to do is pull my beads apart just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to give Alex some time to, oh, he beat me. I was going to say, I'm going to give Alex some time to focus here. So I'm going to, hey, thanks. I'm going to pull my beads apart just slightly so that I am exposing the knot. And I'm going to add just the smallest bit of glue. Now, if I wasn't worrying about Facebook making this video very grainy, I would use less glue, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing here. And it's okay because E6000 kind of boogers up like rubber cement does. So you can kind of easily wipe it off your beads if you make a mess. So, alrighty. Yeah, Hypo cement does dry a little bit faster. No, I don't double my elastic. These beads have 2 holes. So there's 1 elastic through each hole. For other projects, if you have room to double your elastic, go for it. But that's not what we're doing in this project. These guys have tiny holes, so it won't allow for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pull all of my cords up out of the way. I'm going to take a cutter in and just trim it so we've got about 1/8 of an inch left. We do want a little bit of a tail end in case anything slips. Yeah, so if your knots end up being too big, most of the time after you put the glue on, Lois, chances are you need to find a bead that are you talking about this bracelet? Because this bracelet, you just kind of have to mess with it. If you're using stretch cord with other beads and other bracelets, chances are you want to go down a size in your stretch cord or find a bead with a big enough hole and place your knot next to it. Another trick that I can share with you if all else fails is you can just put a crimp bead cover over that knot and it'll look like a pretty bead. So after I have applied the glue and trim my ends, basically what I'm going to do is just gently work those knots into one of my Tila beads. You always want to work it into a Tila and not a quarter Tila because it'll slip through. You guys aren't going to be able to see what I'm doing here.
Denise on YouTube says, LOL is, quote, boogers up, the technical term.
Yes, it is. That's That's how we describe it here at the Bead Place. All right. So yeah, basically what we're going to do is, yeah, E6000, like honestly, I'm only using E6000 because it's easier for me to struggle through showing you guys in this project. Normally I'll use hypo cement for this, or I'll use specialty. There's a couple other glues out there that work really well also. So just to give you an update here, this is a slow process. Alex, if you could focus right on that booger there, that would be excellent.
I'm trying. Here, pull back a little bit. There. Yep.
Cool. So you can see I'm slowly working the knot into the bead. And I like to do one strand at a time. And it is a gradual process, because if you just yank it, you could cut your thread, or you could end up pulling it all the way through, which you don't want to do. So I've gotten mine in. I'm going to clean up those glue boogers and show you my finished bracelet. Yeah, a crimp cover is a great idea. So the name of the one that I like, it's called Hot Stuff by Specialty. I like the thick viscosity. It's the green one. There's different viscosities. So there we go. So these, if they are not too tight, if you follow my special tips and tricks, they will not pinch your arm hairs. If you have them too tight when you tie them, they could pinch your arm hairs. So how am I doing on time? Speaking of pinching arm hairs. Okay. I think we have time to do what I want to do. So yeah, the kits come with enough to make at least 3 bracelets. If you have a teeny tiny wrist like I do, you can get 4 bracelets out of it. Oh yeah, so the kits you can find at beadplace.net. We've made a special category on our website for the Thanks, Alex. Alex is putting a link. We've made a special category for everything that we're using today on our website, so it's easy for everybody to find everything. And also because we're lazy. No, we're not lazy. We just are efficient. So we've got a couple different colors for this kit, and it is one of our best-selling kits. And then just to remind you all, if you don't want to go back and listen to me ramble about unrelated stuff, you can just go to the link that comes with the kit, and you'll see a highly produced HD full tutorial of all the steps. All right, I'm going to, I forgot a triangle tray. Disaster. I'm going to scooch my beads off the table and make a big mess. And we are going to make our easiest knotted pearl necklace ever. Alex, can you go to me?
Yep.
Am I on? Okay. So thank you. Yeah. If you know me, you know the boogers and arm hair. That's just like
day one.
That's just day one. So I'm going to be showing you guys one of our most popular gifts, especially around this time of year. People are looking for inexpensive gifts and inexpensive things to give people that are quick. So this is the easiest pearl necklace ever. There's 2 versions of this kit. There is the standard length version, which is the one that I'm wearing. And then there's also a double wrap. And then... yeah, a double surgeon's knot is too big for the Tilas. That's why I do the 2 square knots. And the reason why I do the 2 square knots is because it sits the knot out like this. Instead of it being a knot like this, it sits it out like this. And so it can sit side.
You remember.
Oh, go back to my hands, please.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Trish. That's very sweet. So the reason why I do a doubled square knot is because it grows the knot taller like this. So like these are my Tilas. And my knot's coming out like this. It grows that knot taller, and then it can sit kind of sideways on itself. I can't bend my arm that way, but okay, here's the knot. And it sits sideways, so it sits flat inside the Tila when you glue it. Okay, can you go back to me now, please? Thank you. So the other version of the necklace is the double wrap. And so this is a great one for plain shirts because you have a long version. I'm going to mess up my hair when I put this on. I should just undo it, but I'm trying to save time. Hi, Carolyn. Yeah, I should just have...
Do you use double square knot on all stretch bracelets?
No, most, but not all. Sometimes I'll do a surgeon's knot. It just depends on what the bead can allow and how I'm feeling. But the glue really is what holds it all together. So don't don't stress too much about your knots because the glue not only holds it together, but it, wrong way. I can't see myself, guys, so you'd be doing this in a mirror and it'd be easier for you. Yeah, so not only does the glue hold the knot together, but it also holds the knot inside a bead, which is important so it doesn't come out. Okay, so thanks. Aw, you're so sweet. I've got hair all over myself now. I'm shedding. I'm stress shedding. So anyway, this is the double wrist. Stop. So this is the double wrap. And this one is just as easy to make. So I'll show you how it works. So thanks, Eileen. We miss you. What did I do with my pearls? There they are. So can you go back to the table? Thank you. So these are one of our most popular kits because they are super inexpensive. Jenny gave me a kit to show you guys. Also, big shout out to Jenny, who's one of our incredible staff members, who has not only made a bunch of kits to prepare for this and manned the store while I planned, but she's also last minute step-in babysitter for our daughter because, you know how things go. So anyway, this kit is $7.99, and the double wraparound kit, if I'm remembering correctly, is $9.99. So they're really inexpensive kits, not only just to make for your friends, for gifts ready-made, but they're also super easy. So your friends that aren't really crafty but are maybe interested in jewelry making, this is a good one to give them because it's very easy. I am lucky to have such a wonderful camera helper. And he does all the dishes and does all the laundry.
Karen Hankerson says, hello, Abby, from YouTube.
Okay. Hi. Oh, hello. I thought there was going to be a question after that. Anyway, so the pearls come in 2 different sizes. And so one thing that I do want to mention to you guys with this kit is these are not real pearls. These are ABS pearls. So they are cruelty-free pearls. They're vegan pearls. And the same with our cording. Our cording is synthetic suede. So it does not dry rot and crack and all that like some regular suede lacing does. And it is really soft and supple, easy to work with, and it'll last a long time. It's bouncy. Yeah, he is a keeper. I'm going to try to keep him. Depends on how goofy I get in the stream, I guess. He's looking at me like I've got 6 heads. Anyway, so Jenny and I thought that we'd show you a beautiful Christmas red sample, but I think because I'm wearing this coral cardigan today, I'll show you how to do this with a coral color. I know. If you guys want to support Alex, he's got a YouTube channel. He does sports card investing. His channel name is Less Alex.
Says, do you sell Alex kits? I need it.
I know, that's what I'm responding to. So the kit comes with, you get your choice of either a 12 millimeter center pearl or a 14 millimeter center pearl, whether you want to do big or small. They are ABS pearls. So ABS is actually a type of plastic. We don't sell plastic here because we pride ourselves in luxury and quality, but ABS is a really cool type of plastic. It's like what they make Legos out of and what they do baby toys out of because it's safe and it's stable. So what that means is it's not going to leach out plasticizers like some plastic does over time, and it's food safe even. So that's why they do baby toys out of it. Yeah, so they really do make great gifts, not only for just anybody in your life, but especially for kids because they are safe. I make no claims about putting them on babies, though. Don't do that. But they are kid safe and food safe. Yeah, no, I just called them vegan because they're not from an animal. They're not called vegan pearls. We just had them made out of ABS. So it's a good quality type of plastic, and they're inexpensive too, which is great. So I'm going to do one of the shorter versions today. So the kit comes with a yard of vegan suede. So I'm going to measure out a yard, and I know I'm going to be off camera, Alex.
Oh yeah, you're way off.
So I've got a yard measured out. How am I doing on time?
It is.
I know, they look like real pearls. I love them.
123, so 27 minutes.
Okay,
28 minutes.
I'll keep it quick then. So one tip when you're using the suede like this, you want to cut it at a little bit of an angle. So I'm going to use the bigger pearl for this one so that it's easier for you guys to see. We've sized the holes of these ABS pearls so that they fit perfectly on our 1x3 or 1.5x3 vegan suede lacing. So we're going to tie this knot right in the center of our necklace. So I've just strung my pearl to the center of the necklace. Ooh, this color's showing up really pretty with this pearl. I like this. The suede is 1.5x3 approximate. And then we've got it in 18 colors on the site, and you can choose from the 18 colors on the product page that Alex will link right now. So you can't just tie an overhand knot for this, and it is beautiful. However, I want to show you how to take it up a notch. So instead of an overhand knot, I'm going to do a half barrel knot, which is a knot that I don't know if that's the real name, but that's Kelly and I talked about this, like, I don't know, probably about a year ago. We decided to call it a half barrel knot. Kelly, I don't know if you remember that, but that's what we called it. So we're going to do the start of an overhand knot. So we just do a loop like this and make sure that the end coming out of the pearl is on top, and then the tail end is going on the bottom. Then what we're going to do is bring the tail end around it. And so we've got two loops now. We're going to bring the tail end through the bottom loop and the top loop, and make sure you're holding your pearl in place. And then we are going to tighten it like we would a barrel knot. So keep your fingers close. And what this knot does is it creates a really cool, even, square looking knot. So on one side, you're going to have an X, like a little crossover. And on the other side, you're going to have two bands side by side. I've got a glue booger on my finger from earlier. Excuse me while I flick the glue. Alex, stop. How inappropriate. So we're just going to tighten this knot, and I'll show you what it looks like. So we've got a beautiful X on one side. There's no way you can adjust that lighting, right? It's just all me. Okay. So we've got a beautiful X on one side and then just doubled bars on the other side. So it makes a nice square, even knot that, depending on which way your necklace turns, it'll look even. It's a fun knot. I love this knot. So what we're going to do is basically the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to give our pearl a little bit of a push down to not only tighten this knot, but just to make sure that it's not caught in anything. And so we're going to do a loop, and we are going to, again, bring the loop around the loop, and the tail knot. And we've got more information about these pearls and these knots in our step-by-step video tutorial for this project. This is just a quick walkthrough of this project, but we go super in-depth on both styles in our YouTube video. So there we go. And then what we're going to do is, Alex, can you go to me for a second? Mm-hmm. I struggle just as bad in the actual real tutorial at this part, but I'm going to try now. What you're going to do to figure sizing is you can either lay it against a necklace you already have that you're happy with the size, or what you can do is just hold it up to your neck, make sure the pearl is centered, and just, yeah, you can use a double pearl knot. You can do whatever you want to do. This is just the knot that I like to do because it's quick.
I just dropped your YouTube channel in chat again.
Oh, thank you. And Alex just linked the YouTube channel. So, oh, okay, Tom's here. I was like, who just walked in? So bring your fingers back around. If you can go back to my hands, I would appreciate it. So what we're going to do is keep your fingers pinched where you want that size to be. And I'm going to just on one side tie another one of those knots. So I just am tying that knot right where my fingers were. So through those doubled knots. Hello, happy beading day. Just kits for this one. We don't have the pearls outside of the kits for individualized sale. However, we do bulk purchases, and you can contact us for a bulk purchase of the ABS pearls. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was saying we planned colors for this project ahead of time, and then when I put this cardigan on today, I was like, Yeah, I'm going to grab the coral one. So the kit also comes with a 10 millimeter pearl, and this is actually going to be our clasp. What's cool about these pearls is that no matter the millimeter size, the holes are the same and they're perfect for the size of the vegan suede. So they stay when you want them to stay, but they slide when you want them to slide. So I'm going to put that 10 millimeter pearl on. This is like our button closure. And then what I'm going to do is do that loop one more time. And again, if this half barrel knot is confusing you, you can do just an overhand knot. You can do whatever kind of knot you're comfortable with, and it's just as cute. This is just kind of taking it up a notch. So we are going to, yeah, I wear these necklaces all the time because it's just, you know, just what I need. I wear a lot of graphic shirts. So just like a simple plain t-shirt with a like a logo on it. And so just a simple pearl necklace at the top is just kind of what I need often to make it look polished and styled, but not too much. So here we go. We've got our clasp. What I'm going to do is take just some scissors, cut the suede at a little bit of an angle. I like to give it an angled cut rather than a blunt cut so that it looks a little bit more natural. Alex, can you focus right in the middle? I see it wanting to autofocus on my finger for some reason. So looks a little bit more natural that way. And yeah, aren't these pearls just gorgeous? They look like they're real pearls. We were really happy with the color that they came out. Okay, so to do the it is darling.
Aaron on YouTube says this is the quickest necklace I've ever seen.
I know. I think the I don't remember what we called it for the YouTube video, but I think it was like the easiest, the most easy. Alex is gonna check because I'm gonna stop stumbling over my words. So how to do the clasp? What we're gonna do?
Make the easiest DIY knotted pearl necklace.
Oh, okay. Well, how to make the very easiest DIY knotted pearl necklace. Yeah, it is a great necklace for people of any age, especially because you can vary the length, the color, the size, all of that. So to figure out how we're going to do the loop for the other side, what we're going to do is put our necklace so that the pearl is on one side. We're going to bring the two strands over to this side.
Paulette on YouTube asks, so you sell the vegan suede?
Yeah, we do. We sell it individually. And that I also have linked as a featured product in the Great Bead Extravaganza category on our website. There's 18 colors to choose from. And then you can also buy a whole spool of it if you'd like to contact us for a bulk purchase. But yeah, you can pick from 18 colors for the kit also. So I've got it laid like this. What I'm going to do is put my finger right here where this pearl is. And I'm going to measure out 1.5 inches from there. I'm going to bring this a little bit more centered so you guys can see it better. I don't know where the cropping ends on what I'm able to see. So I'm going to put my finger here. I'm going to measure out 1.5 inches. I'm going to grab right here. I'm going to bend it over on itself. And then I'm going to tie an overhand knot. That 1.5 inches is the perfect amount to add when we tie this overhand knot here. This is our loop for the button. That 1.5 inches is what's getting eaten up by this knot. When you have a doubled knot like this, it's going to take up more room than if you just have a single cord and you're tying a knot. And obviously the bigger your cord is, the more it sits out from itself, and so it'll eat up more cord. So I've done a little bit of math, and 1.5 inches is the measurement that we need to add. And so then theoretically, once we get our knot tightened and everything, we should have, yeah, we've got an even, oh, hold on. There we go. Now we've got an even necklace. So how this works now is what we're going to do is trim the tail end. And this cord is so stretchy and spongy. I shouldn't say stretchy. It's so spongy that we don't need glue because these knots hold on their own. So now this is a button loop for your necklace.
Oh.
Boom, just like that. And so if you're getting the doubled kit, it gives you twice as much suede to work with. And then you can, of course, change it to your liking. And then my other favorite part about these necklaces, yeah, I love that knot. Susan, what do you call it? Because Callie and I called it a half barrel. So the other thing that's awesome about these necklaces is they make the cutest wraparound bracelets. And of course, this one's not going to be the right fit for me to show you, but they make really cute wraparound bracelets. And I like to stack a few of them and mix the colors. We've got a lot of great browns that you can choose from. And they're just awesome, and they're inexpensive, $7.99 for the basic kit and $9.99 for the doubled kit. Okay, how much time do I have left? Am I going straight to Luna's?
33.
Okay, and I'm out at 1:55. Okay, yep. Okay, so I'm gonna talk for a minute before we go on to the Lunas. I know the Lunas are what you're all waiting for, but I'm going to make you sit through an infomercial first because I think you're all going to like it. And I know some of you have been asking about it. So I've been getting a lot of comments on the bracelet that I'm wearing. Am I on? Okay. The bracelet that I'm wearing is our waterfall wrap bracelet kit. So rather than this being a 10-strand bracelet, it's actually a wrap bracelet. So we have kits for these. The kits are $25. It comes with a really cool product that we're kind of internet famous for. Jewelry tube. Jewelry tube is our #1 selling product of all time in our online store. And it's $3 for a pack of it. It is like a rubberized tubing, but it's mattified. So it looks and kind of feels a little bit more like leather. And so this product is awesome because it's a tube, so you can string through it with soft flex, like what we've provided in the kit. You can also put memory wire through it. We've got a lot of projects on our YouTube channel making little memory wire cuffs. And it's just awesome. So we've got these waterfall wrap bracelets in a variety of colors. I should have taken this out of the case, but you can see that, right? Mm-hmm. So a variety of colors, beautiful check glass beads. And then we've got the full tutorial, of course, on our YouTube channel. So this is one of our other really popular ones. I also want to show you, I'm going to get this out of the way so that I don't do it twice. I also want to show you our, I guess, second or third most popular project. And that is just the basic Super Duo wrap bracelet. So I know everybody's been super, oh yeah, gummy bracelets. I know everybody's been in love with Super Duo bracelets for years, or Super Duo beads for years. And this is just that simple wrap bracelet with the seed beads, and we've got some fun colors. Very easy, very secure because it's using soft flex beading wire. And it's just a lot of fun. We've got some pretty color combinations to choose from, and it features tiara cast buttons. So of course you're going to love it. And so those are also in the Great Bead Extravaganza product page on our website. And those are $20 as well. Then another one that is a very, very popular one right now is our three-strand seed bead bracelet. So this is a stack of, I think, 6 or 7 different colors here. The bracelet itself is just this little cutie pie. So this one is snacks. Snacks. I saw snacks and I'm distracted. This one is a 3-strand bracelet, also featuring soft flex. We've got Delica beads here, and then those 3-strand snap clasps that make it super easy to use and to take on and off. So these are great for stacking. They come in a variety of fun colors, as you can see here. And then these kits, I don't remember how much they are. I'm sorry. But they're also linked in the section on our website. Okay, so the last infomercial that I'm going to do, nope, second to last, sorry. This has been our strongest kit seller for a while now, because it is just really cool. You don't need fancy tools to get this cool hammered effect on these tubes. These tubes start out just your basic metal tubes, but we teach you in our tutorial how to give them this awesome textured look. So all you need is just a basic pair of pliers, and we show you how to do this texturing on the tubes so that you can get an awesome memory wire bracelet that looks like it's a brass or copper or silver bracelet with these crystal beads in it somehow. And they are very easy to do, and you don't have to have a hammer. There's just a specific technique that we show you so that you can do it without damaging or popping the tubes open. They're open seam tubes so that they might pop open if you don't follow our specific technique. So this is $29.95 and it comes with some awesome Swarovski charms and tier cast charms to make it a very, very fancy looking bracelet. And it comes in a variety of colors also. Yeah, you can see the snap clasp again. Yeah.
Vicky asked, do you have to put another thread or wire through the tube?
Yes, you do. So it's for that kit we used medium soft flex wire, and then you can use fine wire as well, and that makes it a little bit easier to go through. I've got a tutorial coming up on our YouTube channel that shows it with fine wire and a little bit of macrame knotting. And so this is the snap clasp. You can also use it without anything through it, but then you can't feature beads on it. So the allure of the jewelry tube, sorry, I'm switching back to jewelry tube. The allure of the jewelry tube is you can make it look like these beads are strung on the tubing itself, but these beads have such a tiny hole, so they'd never fit on this 2mm tubing. You cut the tubing, string the cord through it, cut it into sections, string through your beads, string another section of tubing. And there's a lot of math involved in this one, but we make it easy for you with plug-in equations in the video. So yes, very cool product. Back to the snap clasps. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Yeah, Andrew, that's a good tip. If you want to see the materials, again, you can do a replay. So this is the snap clasp. It's also called a ball and socket clasp. And then we have had these done in 3-strand closures. They're available in single strand closures normally. All right. The kits at this point in time do not have written directions. They're just video-based directions. However, the written directions are, we talked a little bit about how we're expanding our offerings into written directions. Oh, well, I don't know. So Wanda, you don't have to do the math. We've done the math for you. Susan, we have the single strand ones separately, but our manufacturers stopped making the 3 strands, so we don't have them anymore outside of the kits, unfortunately. But if you know somebody who can make me some 3-strand snap clasps, get at me because they are one of our best sellers. Okay, last one. This is our knotted bangles kit. So this is a faux leather bangle. They are hard bangles that look like they're leather. Let me open this up so you can see it. Oh, a trailer hitch. Yeah, that I've seen them called a trailer hitch clasp as well. So this is also featuring the jewelry tube. It's a hard bangle, holds its shape. You can wear it stacked like a bangle, string beads on it, string beads through it, hang charms from it. You get a set of 5 charm sets to do these bangles, and of course the video instructions. And guys, these video instructions are available to anyone. You don't have to buy the kit in order to get access to the instructions. It's all free on YouTube for anybody. But this is another popular kit that I wanted to show you as well. So on to the belle of the ball, the Luna bracelets, what everybody's been waiting for, I'm sure. So, and I will try to keep this quick because I know you're probably all tired of hearing me ramble. So these Luna bracelets are incredible. That's these here. They're stretchy stainless steel, seamless bracelets. They're awesome. They are available on our site, a 10-pack for $9.95. I'll stop moving it so you can catch up. Here, I'll just go back a little bit. So you might be able to see here that this side is tapered, this side is not. How these work is they take the place of conventional stretchy bracelets because they are stainless steel, so they are very secure. They're very comfortable and they're interchangeable. So what's awesome about these bracelets is that you can open and close them and they are pretty seamless. They are available just in silver if you're asking about the Luna bracelets right now. We're working on expanding our line, but currently just available in silver. So how they work, Alex, I'm going to do this real slow and I'm going to ask that you try to focus right on the join here. How they work is you give them a little bit of a backspin. And what Jenny and I say is you backspin it until it gets angry. So you see how it pops up like that and gets angry? What we're going to do is put the tapered end inside. So this is tapered end. I'm going to put the tapered end inside the untapered end and then let it relax as it closes onto itself. So we're going to get that spin out of there. It's going to close onto itself.
Magic.
Check that out. Check that stretch power out. It's not going to pull open. Isn't that incredible? And then you can see here that it's pretty well seamless. Like you can't really see where the seam is. So what's awesome about these is that you can connect them together, can make longer ones out of them. You can cut them down into children's bracelets. You can cut them down into rings. They are incredible. So witchcraft. Yeah. And pretty much everybody that we've showed them to in our store has fallen in love and gotten a ton of them. So you can see here, well, you'll see here in a second. You can see here, you can do almost entirely beaded bracelets out of them. You can fill up all these gaps with beads, but it's just a little bit trickier to get the spring closed when you do that. But what I love about this is that there's so much movement here, which you don't get with a traditional stretchy bracelet because you don't want to see that stretch cord. So because this is pretty, it's okay that you see the cord. So these are fantastic.
Everyone's asking what the cord is called.
The cord is called a Luna bracelet, and they are fantastic. It's Luna. Becca says, what is this witchery? I know. Becca, have you been in to see them yet? So yeah, you can buy them on beadplace.net. They are linked in the Great Bead Extravaganza category on our website. You can also use the search bar to find them. And you can string so many beads on them too. So they are a bit thicker than a traditional stretchy bracelet cord. However, they are just smaller than a 1.3 millimeters. So they fit through the majority of your larger spacer beads. They fit through the majority of your larger gemstone beads. With check glass, it's hit or miss. With Swarovski, it's hit or miss. You kind of have to start at an 8 millimeter with your gemstones and with your Swarovski in order to get them to fit. But you can see here, I've got a selection of tiara cast pieces that I'm showing here. How are we doing on time? Because I'm going to decide whether or not.
145.
145. Okay, 10 minutes to show you guys. And then Sarah from Softflex is coming up. So I've got my bowl here. I'm going to take some of these things out. But these are just regular howlite beads. These are our matte howlite, and I have these featured as well. Are you just manning YouTube? Because I kind of abandoned the Facebook comments for a while. Okay.
Got the vision.
So here we go. They are adjustable for different sizes.
How do you reopen?
Oh, in order to reopen, all you have to do, like here, let me take one off here and show you. All you have to do is backspin it, and then it reopens. So find which side is your taper by looking closely, and find which side is your non-tapered side. Give it a backspin again until it gets angry, and then get your fingernails and glue boogered fingers out of the way. And sorry, my hands are getting sweaty at this point, but see how it just pulls open once you backspin it? So the more you backspin it, the deeper the taper goes in. So I always recommend backspinning it until you can't backspin anymore. And then you just let it go back together.
Okay, here's a good one. Beverly asks, do you do any regular Facebook Lives weekly?
No, I don't.
I'm trying to get Sundays going.
Yeah, we tried for a while. So we have a family. We have, if you've been hearing screaming in the background, that's our daughter. Our wonderful staff member, Jenny, is here helping us out with that. And we just kind of can't do a lot more than what we already can. So hopefully once we're able to kind of get back to, hopefully once we're able to get back to some sort of normalcy, we'll be able to have family watcher and things like that. We've just had some health scares recently, and so we're just trying to be as careful as possible.
Photo Chicks on YouTube asked, what's the average wrist size for the Luna bracelet?
So the Luna bracelets come as a 7-inch bracelet blank. However, our staff member Jenny has a 7-inch wrist, and she wears them comfortably, and she does have some movement in there once the beads come on. Now we are working to get longer lengths. They can be connected together. Like, let me show you. So a lot of our customers who do have larger wrist sizes just connect them together. So I just have a regular cutter here, and I know they are stainless steel, and everybody tells you don't cut stainless steel with your regular cutter, but because they are so fine, you can. Don't tell anybody I said that, but you can cut it with just your regular cutter. So this is a thread cutter too, and there's absolutely no damage to this cutter now. So I've got my tapered end here that I've just cut. What's up? Okay, so I've got my tapered end here that I just cut off. I'm going to grab another Luna bracelet. So at this point, I could turn this into a ring or a child's bracelet, but I'm going to grab my other Luna bracelet, and I'm just going to screw it together.
Victoria asked, do you
make it longer.
Do you cut the Luna? Oh, okay. Yeah, you just answered that. Does the synthetic suede bleed when it gets wet?
No, it does not.
You said...
Here we go. And then we've got an ankle bracelet.
Does the Luna come in different sizes?
It does not. Just one for now. We are working on other sizes, but just one for now. So you can see I've connected 2 together, so you can make them whatever length you want. And now I'm going to go back in and connect this together. But actually, before I do that, I can show you. These are just regular 8mm gemstone beads, and they string right on. I've got a variety of tiara cast beads here that I'm going to string on. My favorite thing to string on is their charms that have the bail that go this way. And we've got these birthstone charms featured in our features section on our site. And then the same with the letter ones here. They string on very well also. 8mm rounds, even size 6 seed beads fit on. I'm not making a real pretty bracelet here because I just am showing you guys all the stuff that fits on. So don't judge me on my design skills based on what I'm doing here, please.
Alex asks, could you make a ring with it?
Yeah, you can totally make a ring with it. So let me use this piece that I already cut down. And I did show in one of our previous Facebook Lives a few weeks ago, I did show a ring with it. Let me unscrew this piece here real quick, and I'll show you again how easy it is to unscrew.
Victoria says, can't wait to visit your shop. Didn't realize you were so close to home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know where you live, but I think we're close to home. So how you make a ring is you're going to grab a Luna. You're going to wrap it around your finger. You're going to find where it meets. Give yourself a little bit of extra space because remember the one side does screw into the other. You're going to cut it. Make sure your sized area is the side that has the taper on it. So I'm going to make a ring with one of our beautiful little cubic zirconia cubes here. So we've got these beautiful CZ charms. And I'm just going to string straight through that. And these come in gold and silver, and they're also linked in the features page. Now, making a ring is a little bit trickier because you obviously have less room to work with.
Andrew said, Abby's so close to home thanks to the internet and YouTube.
Yeah. And I'll hurry this up. I just want to show you how we
you got 4 minutes. So
okay. Well, I want to give everybody some time to do housekeeping and stuff. So basically you just cut it down and then let it relax onto itself. And
Jenny asked, where is your shop? I missed the first few minutes.
Oh, we are about 15 minutes outside of St. Louis. We're in a town called Fairview Heights, and we've got all that information on our website and our Facebook page as well. Oh, giveaways. I got to stop what I'm doing. You guys saw me close this. It says viewfinder inactive. Does it? Is that something that I need to worry about? No. Okay. So giveaways. We have giveaways. This is a mess, guys. So we have awesome giveaways of incredible Tiara Cast products that we have in our store, and we love Tiara Cast. And so we are doing giveaways. If you go to Abbi Berta on Instagram, and if you go to Abbi Berta on Facebook, you can like both pages, and then the same for the Bead Place on Facebook and on Instagram. If you like both pages, go to the post on Abbi Berta's Facebook page to enter to, Abbi Berta is me, by the way, to enter to win one of these. Make sure you've liked all of the pages and leave a comment. And then for an additional entry, you can go to Abbi Berta on Instagram. Make sure you're following everyone, and you can enter to win the giveaway. Okay, do you want to go to me and I'll do the, okay. Let me know when
You're good.
Okay. So I just want to thank everybody so much for joining me today. We have a ton of wonderful artists
coming up after me. Sarah Ayler from Softlex Company is up next. So in order to see her video, I know sometimes we've had trouble with people finding videos. In order to see her video, if you can't find it, just make sure to refresh the page, The Great Bead Extravaganza. And if you're watching me on YouTube right now, I'm going to urge you to go on over to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, and you will be able to find the group, find all the other presenters. We're all going live in the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. So I'm also going to ask that you enter the grand prize giveaway. Am I good on time?
No, you're good.
Okay. So enter to win the grand prize giveaway. The presenters who are presenting in the Great Bead Extravaganza have contributed a ton of fabulous prizes. And Sarah and Kristen from Softlex Company have set up a system where if you put in your email address, there's a post pinned at the top of the group. If you provide your email address, you can enter to win fabulous, I think it's like $1,500 worth of prizes of just fantastic stuff. So not only enter the grand prize giveaway, but also the Bead Places giveaways here as well. And we'll have links to those pages in the description. I think they're already there. And then just a reminder, everything that we've used today, you can find in the link that Alex is posting now. And it's also linked in the video description here. And just thank you so much for this opportunity. Andrew and Sarah, I just thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, bye. Thanks, everyone.
Good job.
That was a mess, but it was a fun